Leon. And now,
have you seen that?
I have seen that. And it's set for the scripts. It's going to be written.
Then we leave it at that.
We leave it at that because the story will be told for generations to come. And now we're going to observe 1 minute silence for the late Keba Bojang Lalas. Like I said, up to his demise, he was the president of the West Coast Region Referee Association. So 1 minute silence will be observed. Well, for Tujereng, we have before we want to have 1 minute silence. Remember, there will be individual prizes that will be going to each and every deserved winner. A better was caught in this tournament. And he's going to go home. Hello, 1 minute silence, please. Can you help us? Can you help us? That was one select for Abuja. And for 16 is goalkeeper Sarani Jamu. 5 is Omar Sar. 14, Lamin Jadama, number 19. Mohamed Kazan. Lamin Marena, number 14. Ibrahim Asambu, number 17. Yankuba Mane, number 10. Musa Kamara, number 9. And Mojang Karunka Suso, number 16. Lali Kane, number 4. Number 4, Abubakar Jaju. Number 20, Mohamed Nur. Number 12, Modlamin Fadera. Number 10, Babukar Sar. Number 6, Famara Jiba. Number 18, Bakari Jata. Number 5, the captain, Musa Abojang. Ibrahim Fati, number 11. And number 7 is John Siga. And LFTV will be live for whosoever is watching this, wherever you are. We watch together. Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. I began to watch that.
afternoon from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, wherever you will be getting our voices and signals. You must come to the theater. This is 2025-26 West Coast. In blue and white socks, blue socks, or white socks and blue socks in the name of Tujereng. Again, the traveling boys of Lamin who are dressed in white and red shorts, and of course white socks, and Tujereng under the guidance of Omar Jabang and Osman Marina. He's under the guidance of Omar Jadama and Osman Marina. Lamin is under the guidance of Suleiman Baji Alassana Gassama. And the ground at the Boxbar Mini Stadium is all set for this huge class. Who is winning, it remains to be seen. Tujereng currently playing from our left to right, dressed in white and blue shorts, or blue and white socks, blue socks, and playing from the democracy end of the Boxbar Mini Stadium towards the police line, and white Lamin dressed in white and red shorts, and of course white socks, playing from our right to left. And Tujereng, under the guidance of Omar Jabang and Osman Marina, has started this game with Sarani Jame in goal. Omar Sar, Momodu Sow, Lamin Jadama, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marina, Musa Marina, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara, and Momodu Bojang completes the 11 for the boys in white and blue. Tujereng, of course, Tujereng, the debutants playing in the competition for the very first time, and for the very first time of basking, are able to advance to the final, and now taking on Lamin, a side that lost in the semi-final against Bluefoot last season. And Lamin has started this game under the guidance of Suleiman Bajan Alassana Gassama, and Karunka Suso is in goal. Lali Kande, Abubakar Jaju, Mohamed Ndur, Mon Lamin Fadera, Abubakar Sar, Famara Jiba, Bakari Jata, Musa Bojang, and it's time around! The clock of the assistant referee has already gone up one offside. And it's a goal, but unfortunately ruled by the flag of the assistant referee. What a start for Tujereng. Jessidat Kujabi, already a goal, but the ball has been ruled out by the flag of the assistant.
Coming from competition in at the far end of the pitch. Jara have been a very great ball into the area, but then, amazingly, the striker has his head on the ball, but unfortunately at the wrong end at the time, as he was in an offside position and the goal was ruled out. And that goal was ruled out for an offside. That goal was ruled out for an offside. It was a great build-up. It was a very, very great build-up. A quick transition from the Lamin end, and then a great ball into the area. But unfortunately, the striker was caught in an offside position, to be ruled out. And Lamin would be the most happiest team on that occasion. If not by now, they are on a goal down. But then Tujereng comes into this game with a clear intent that they are not coming here to sit and wait on the experience of Lamin, who have been in this competition for quite since the inception of this great competition. But then in their debut season, Tujereng have shown great desire that they are here to cling the trophy. And if Lamin don't play with extra care,
it's an opportunity for Lamin and player Rasul, central referee. Not the least interested as he waved in for a play on, and central referee is Jibu Sar, who is ably and reliably assisted by Bekai Bojang. Jarai Silla and Hassan Jaj is of course serving as the court assistant referee. Yusuf Wajah is the referee assessed from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama, live on LSTV. At the commentary cabin, Parliament Fati, Sesidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara, team of camera operators. Few minutes into the contest, Tujereng nil, Lamin nil is the current score. Of course, a bright start for the side dressed in blue and white shirts. Of course, Tujereng has just taken the lead, but already their goal is been cancelled out for an offside. Of course, that was definitely called out for or ruled out for an offside. That would have been a great beginning for the boys from Tujereng, as they will surely begin this year's journey. in the journey of the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal Final. A clash against Lamin, and it is lively and entertaining. Of course, a huge turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium once again. Kemo Kanye. The turnout definitely fantastic, and already we have seen a goal coming from Tujereng, but unfortunately ruled out for an offside.
Yeah, that would have been a brilliant start for Tujereng, and then we have seen them doing what is necessary here for them to get themselves a first goal here. You can see their football is very macho. Whenever they are moving forward, they try to make it so that they do well with the final balls there. And then we have seen their number 9 already doing that for his side here, and then he almost put his side to the lead here, but that was an offside. He was in an offside position, and then he was penalized for an offside already, scoring the goal in the first 5 minutes here. But Lamin also, we have seen that since then in responding to the threat that their opponents are currently, piling on them. But let's see what happens here. But Tujereng is a very, very good side, as we have earlier mentioned in the analysis, pre-match analysis. Here they have scored in every single game that they have played, and then beating one of the best sides here, and then beating, in fact, the Gunjur side here by 2-0 in the replay of the semi-final fixture. Remember, in the first semi-final that they have played in, they were a man down just after half-time break, and then they conceded the goal. Then thereafter they fight, and then in the final moments they get themselves to a leveler, and then it has to force the game to a replay where they won rather by 2-0. Lamin also have won here by 2-0 against their opponent in the semi-final fixture. So these are two sides who have won their semi-final fixtures by 2-0 margin here. So the two best sides are currently meeting here, and then the turnout, as always, West Coast, it is never disappointing. You will see the turnout has been very, very massive. Fans traveling from Lamin, and then those travel from Tujereng, and also the neutrals in the West Coast here have come out in their large numbers to see what this particular fixture will give them.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Earlier on, Seshidat Kujabi. Lamin on the attack, beautifully caught out by Tujereng deep in their own half, and it's going to be a throw-in, signaled by the assistant referee. And Tujereng, dressed in blue and white shorts, and blue socks, playing from the police line end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium towards the Democracy end. White Lamin dressed in red and white shorts, playing from our left to right, and of course from the Democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium towards the police line. And one thing is for sure, there must be a winner in regulation. A replay or post-match shootout to be decided. Anyway, the score is currently 0-0 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. In case you're just joining us at the commentary cabin for LSTV 1 Parliament Fati, Kemo Kanye, and of course Sesida that could be behind camera operations. It's a set piece for Lamin, who are currently playing from our left to right. Abubakar Jaju to deliver. Abubakar Jaju for Lamin, floats that ball around the area. This time it's a glancing one. And Tujereng picks possession deep in their own half. Center forward and number 9, Musa Kamara to chase. And Musa has been a goal poacher for the Tujereng side. Mohamed Jata, fantastic right back, wrestled and rewarded by the central referee. Claps coming from the faithfuls of Tujereng. And of course, a massive turnout in the stadium in the West Coast region zonal final between Tujereng and of course Lamin. This is the first time both sides playing in the final. Tujereng coming to the competition for the very first time, and Lamin playing in the final for the very first time. Tujereng now dribble past one. Lamin regain possession. Will use the left side of the attack in time to cause some problems. And already the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up, and already gone up for an offside. Sesidat Kujabi, this is definitely massive. Whenever you come to the Box Bar Mini Stadium to witness a West Coast Zonal final, turnout is always not a problem, and this one is definitely not an exception. I think the numbers keeps growing as we move into the competition edition by edition. We were all here in the first edition, second, third, and of course in the fourth edition. Here we are in the fifth edition, and the disappointment, we are not yet disappointed. After seeing another magnificent crowd at the Box Bar Mini Stadium.
Indeed, when it comes to this faithful ground in the name of Brikama Mini Stadium, Fonle Boxuba, the theater, absolute home of entertainment. This is a ground that I love to call the home of Gambian football. And then, when it comes to these competition in the competition, it has been getting bigger and better, massive every year as the edition keeps unfolding. This time around, BAC, coming into the tournament to add more color and then, more ingredients into the tournament. You've seen, great interest coming from the faithful of West Coast. That's why, whenever, there are competitions connected to this great badge, we have always witnessed, massive and high turnouts, in grace in such competition. And this year also it has been very, very great, behind a very great organization, headed by the OC, headed by Sergio Ganso and co, and also a great team of PR media, doing an intensive media job in trying to make sure, this great competition have been given the right publicity, the right visibility, the right, interaction with the rest of the masses out there. And as a result of that, the crowd and the masses have responded, massively. And this is just the beginning. As the game unfolds, I believe, there are hundreds, if not thousands, still, trying to get their way into the ground. Our power, this is, one of the greatest, if you like, and the rest of the zones are emulating. West Coast is the best coast, and there is no doubt regarding that.
Thank you very much, Sidat Kujabi earlier on Kemo Kanyi. In case you're just joining us, you're reminded that this is all coming to you live from the Boxbar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1. It is the 5th edition final of the West Coast Zonal competition. And for the very first time for Tujereng and for the very first time for Lamin, and both sides hoping to win it. Who is going to win it remains to be seen, and they have to get it in regulation, post-match shootout or a replay. Anyway, the fans wouldn't love to hear that. Around the area, team captain Musa Bujang, who has had spells with Gunjur United in the 2nd division and also played for Lamin United. And Musa Bujang is the team captain for the Lamin side, while Sarah Nijame, who has won the last Kombosa District Tournament best goalkeeper, is in goal, and also the team captain for this Tujereng side, playing in the competition for the very first time and hoping to win it for the very first time. Currently the score is 0-0. Tujereng, under the guidance of Omar Jabang and Osman Marena, and have started this game with Sarah Jame, team captain, in goal. Omar Sar, Mamadou Sow, Lamin Jadama, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marena, Musa Marena, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara, and Mamadou Bojang completes the 11 for the Tujereng base side. And of Lamin, having the guidance of Suleiman Baji, and Suleiman is ably and reliably assisted by Alassana Gassama. Karunka Sar, Famara Jiba, Musa, Ibrahim Afai, and John Sik completes the 11, and the game is under the watchful eyes of Jibusar as central referee, ably and reliably. And Judge, the 4th assistant referee, is the referee. Currently, who are dressed in white and blue, whilst Lamin in red and white. Who is winning it remains to be seen. And in case you're monitoring the situation from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, it is LSTV1 live. You can watch the proceedings live on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. Marching on our behind the commentary cabin, very close to our commentary cabin. It's behind. It's another extraordinary support behind it. Includes every other player. Goal kick Lamin. And Lamin is having Karunka Suso, who was one time with college last season. And he is currently the goalkeeper for this Lamin zonal team. And Tujereng over Costa, and in that game it was Musa Kamara's lone goal that got the victory for head coach Omar Jabang and his boys in their first outing of the 2025-26 West Coast Zonal competition. In their 2nd game, the team faced the champions Fonye at the Tujereng football field. This was where Tujereng got the better of Fonyi by a goal to nil. For Mane's solo goal that got them the victory. In their third game, it was another victory, another 1-0 victory over Central 2 away from home, and it was Lamin Bayo. Lamin Bayo scored that only goal to get the team the maximum points away from home around the edge of the 18, and Tujereng will use the opportunity to clear their line. Not a decent one. Lamin picks possession. Bubakar getting it down. Can they get something from that? Badly cleared by the coastal boys of Tujereng, who are playing in the competition for the very first time and in the final for the very first time. And Mohamed Jatta had a touch on Lamin, still trying to find the back of the net in the very first moments of this crucial and lively final from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. The score is still unchanged. Lamin nil, Tujereng nil is still the current score from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, in case you're just joining us. And it's a goal kick. Sarani Jame to deliver this goal kick. And Tujereng in the quarterfinals got the better of Komosila by a goal to nil at the C4 football field before facing Gunjur at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. In the first game, it ended 1-1 before the game being replayed. And in the replay semi-final, it was Musa Kamara and Momodu Bojang that got the 2 goals for Lamin. And it was Mod Lamin Fadera's penalty that got Lamin the maximum points. And in the quarterfinal, it ended Lamin 2, Fonyi 2. And Lamin advanced on. And in the semi-final, they face off Sanyang, where they got the better of Sanyang by 2 goals to nil at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It was Ibrahim Afai and Mohamed Ndur who scored the goals to book Lamin a spot in the final for the very first time. They came very close out to the runners-up Brufut, and of course the Super Cup champions Brufut in the semi-final. But already in the final, facing Tujereng in the final game.
Yes, coming very close last season, and then this season you eventually find the final. So do their utmost best in trying to making sure that they are also announced as one of the winners of the West Coast Zonal. But remember, Lamin, they are a more senior team in this competition compared to their opponents of the day. But Tujereng can never be underrated. This is a team that haven't lost any game in the entire tournament since the commencement of the games. And then this is their 4th season. So coming into the 4th season, you haven't lost a game, and then no one have scored against you except the semi-final game that was a 6-scoreline before it has to be rescheduled for another fixture where they won by 2 goals to nil. They are also, their opponents have failed to score. Then coming into this final against Lamin, Tujereng, we have seen them started the game on a very, very aggressive form. With that, I mean they were going all out on their opponents. Lamin, they refused to be called underdogs into this crucial contest here. That is to win. That they take on.
Much Kemo Kanyi, earlier on Sidat Kujabi. In case you're just joining us, you are all reminded that this is all coming to you live, and it is live on LSTV1 from the Box Bar on LSTV at the commentary cabin, Parliament Party. Sidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara and the team. From the Box Bar, it is live. Tujereng against Lamin in school zonal 2025-26 final. Who is winning it remains to be seen. On lively and entertaining, Tujereng dressed in their colorful white and blue colors, whilst Lamin in red and white. And of course, it is lively and entertaining. And Lamin under the guidance of Suleiman Bachi. Alassana Gassama is his assist. Tujereng launches that around the edge of the 18. Easy time net Muso. Suso for Lamin. while Sarani Jame is the team captain and the goalkeeper for Tujereng. Tujereng on the attack once again. Yankuba Mane. Can they get something from that? Gets that ball down to Musa Marena. Marena around the edge of the 18. Musa Marena lost possession, and it's going to be a throw in as judged by the assistant referee. And Tujereng on the ascendancy, hoping to find the back of the net. Another opportunity for Yankuba Mane. Crosses comes in. And once again, the number 9, Musa Kamara. He seems to be everywhere, says Sidat Kujabi. He scored and his goal was ruled out. And once again, had the opportunities to score. And then, looking at the commencement of this game, I think Tujereng has the Lions here in time to craft a goal scoring opportunities under the noses of...
Indeed, when you talk about Musa, he has been one of the eye-catching strikers, in this year's competition. He knows how to run between the lines, how to give nightmares to the defenders. He has been everywhere trying to traumatize and trouble, the opposition backline. And then, he has shown his quality in the early moments of this encounter where he pulled a goal, a beautiful header that have been ruled out by the match officials for an offside position. And yet again, he have break between the lines to find himself at a close range, but miss, the target there, a few inches away from the woodwork. If there is a player to be mindful on this grateful sunny Thursday in the first year of the new year, I believe it has to be Musa Kamara. If not, if Lamin don't give maximum caution with the way he runs between the lines, in the way he tried to get through the defensive organization in the low blocks, and trying to maneuver past defenders and try to do the damage, probably, Musa would be among those players if, there is a probability of a player, scoring in this game. He has shown that desire, that hunger, that ambition, in trying to get forward. And then the Lamin defenders have work to do, watching that deadly, promising striker.
Thank you very much, says Sidat Kujabi. Earlier on came Okanyi. In case you're just joining us, it is all coming to you live from the Box by Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1. Lamin nil, Tujereng nil is still the current score. It's a chase for Tujereng. To show the goalkeeper. But Lamin got that for a throw in. And already the flag has been raised by the assistant referee Darai Silla. Lively and entertaining with a massive turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It is the 2025-26 edition. A zonal final without Fonyi, Gunjur and Sanyang, who have been winning the past editions. In the first edition, it was Gunjur that won it. Second edition, Sanyang. Third and fourth edition, respectively, were won by Fonyi. And in the fifth edition, it is either Lamin or Tujereng to win it. Who is winning it remains to be seen. Currently, the score is 0-0. Either in regulation, post-match shootout, or a replay to decide the winner between Tujereng and Fonyi, or Tujereng and Lamin rather, from the Box Bar Mini Stadium this afternoon. And the tournament is proudly and officially bankrolled by Brikama Area Council. And of course, we're having key of their dignitaries, among them the chairman of Brikama Area Council, Yankuba Dabo, and his power for Tujereng. The balls so well in their oppositions have for too long. And up here for Tujereng around the edge of the 18. Can they get some? Can they? Lali Kande just time to get that ball decently for a corner to Tujereng. And Tujereng still continue to pile pressure in search for a breakthrough. But currently the score is 0-0. Kemo Kanyi. Of course, the Lions here of the chances crafted. They're still struggling to find a corner after goal scoring opportunities.
Yes, very well. You can see most of the goal scoring opportunities here that have been crafted here goes to none of the debutant Tujereng side. They are the team that is currently piling more of the threat on their opponents, and then they keep pushing inside to making sure that they break the deadlock into this particular game here. But it is still remain nil between the two sides here. But Tujereng, Lamin needs to be very much cautious of the threat that they are always going forward with. You can see Musa Kamara had 3 very good chances, one of which was already into the back of the net, and it was denied by the linesman in the official in the far end, that the player was in an offside position. Then earlier on we have seen him taking a very good shot, and then his creation of chances into their opponent's half is also very, very, dangerous move by his side here. And then Lamin, I think they will need to wake up and then be aware of what Tujeren's forward can do into this particular game, because currently they are a team that is that has come up with more convincing goal scoring opportunities into this particular game, fairly to Lamin as well. They are also doing their quarter, but Tujeren are currently the boss eye catching side into this particular contest.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Earlier on, from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, LSTV1. It's the 2025-26 zonal final. And the final between Gunjur won it after getting the better of Sanyang. And of course, in the Super Cup, it was Sanyang that won it. In the second edition, it was Sanyang that won it. In the third edition, Fonyi, after getting the better of Gunjur, and in the Super Cup it was Gunjur that won it. In the fourth edition it was Fonyi that got the better of Brufut, and in the Super Cup Brufut got the better of Fonyi. In the fifth edition, one thing is for sure, is either going to be Tujereng or Lamin to be crowned champions of the land, champions of the 2025-26 edition and champions of the fifth edition of the West Coast Zonals. Currently is a clash on heads and both players are down. A player for Lamin and the other for Tujereng. They are currently down injured, and the medics are already on the pitch to give assistance to this set of players. Lively and entertaining in this year's West Coast Zonal competition. The tournament opened with a Super Cup against or between Fonyi and Brufut, where Brufut got the better of Fonyi by 2-1 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And in the opening matches, it ended Costa 0, Tujereng 1, Fonyi 1, Central 2-0. Brikama got the better of Fabi by 3-1. Combos in a nail-biting 0-0 scoreline against Lamin at the C4 football field. It also ended Sukuta 0, Sanyang 2, Central 2-4, Costa 0, Tujereng 1, Fonyi 0, Fabi 0, Brufut 1, Combo East 1, Combo Silla 1, Sanyang 3, Gunjur 0. Of course, Sanyang or Gunjur failed to turn up for that fixture, and 3 points awarded to Sanyang and 3 goals respectively. Fonyi 3, Costa 0, Central 2-0, Tujereng 1, Brufut 0, Brikama 0, Lamin 1, Combo East 0, and Gunjur 3, Sukuta 0. And in that game, Sukuta failed to honor the fixture, and Gunjur were awarded maximum points, and Sukuta crashed out of the competition. In the quarterfinal, it ended Lamin 2, and Lamin advanced on post-match shootout. Sanyang 1, Brufut 0. Another opportunity for Tujereng. And Tujereng regained possession of play around the circle, trying to possess the ball so well. Back to the central defender and number 5 for the coastal boys of Tujereng, Mohamed Jata, still struggling to keep possession. Getting it down to Momodu Bojang. Momodu lost possession to the team captain of Lamin, Musa Bojang. Lamin launches that attack, and Tujereng will solely guard that ball off the area for a goal kick. Sarani Jame, the goalkeeper and team captain, is not in any hurry, as the score is still in their favor. It is still 0-0 after 30 minutes of play at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Tujereng lost it. Lamin picks possession using the right side of the attack and trying to penetrate, and of course a busy technical area for head coach Suleiman Baji, who is ably and reliably assisted by Alassana Gassama, Omar Jabang and Osman Marina on the technical area for the boys in white and blue Tujereng. And the coastal boys of Tujereng 0, who is winning it remains to be seen. Thousands of supporters at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Tujereng, what is the central defender trying to do here? Getting that ball back to the goalkeeper Sarani Jame, and it's a goal kick. Not a goal kick though, and it's going to be a chase. Musa Bojang has been a goal poacher. Musa Kamara rather has been a goal poacher for Tujereng, after scoring the only goal in the 1-0 victory over Costa. And he was also on the score sheet in the 2-0 victory over Gunjur. Lamin now chips that ball around the edge. John Seeger to chase. Can they get something from this? A call from the supporter straight into the gloves of the netminder Sarani Jame. Wasted opportunity. That was definitely a great build-up, of course, but unfortunately, the ending or the end result wasn't a great one from Lamin.
Yeah, indeed. But whenever Boubacar Sarr is involved for Lamin, it's always deadly. He has been, one of the most eye-catching players for me in this Lamin team. I remember on that fateful semi-final, in Lamin, where he was one of the outstanding players for Lamin, and getting involved in the game, seeing him, produce a magical pass for Lamin that was, nearly deadly and costly for Tujereng. But then, in Tujereng, you have one of the outstanding, netminders in the name of, Sarani Jambe, who have been, very, very, instrumental and a very, very great goalkeeper for me in this, come at the right time to mitigate that imminent danger, to keep it clean and safe for Tujereng, who have been, the best team so far for me in this first 45 minutes of this encounter.
Thank you very much, Siddharth Kujabi. In case you just joining us from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, lively and entertaining. It's the West Coast Zonal Final, and West Coast Zonal Final between Tujereng and Lamin. And the final is yet to bag a goal, as Tujereng and Lamin both struggle to find the back of the net after 30 minutes of play at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Is an opportunity for Tujereng. Player Rasold and Lamin Marina is the player in question. Number 8 on his back. In case you're just joining us, LSTV1 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. There's a player currently down for Tujereng. The medics. It's a set piece. Tujereng will deliver. And Tujereng started this game with Sarani Jame in goal. Omar Sar, Mamadou Sow, Mohamed Jata, Lamin Marina, Musa Marina, Ibrahim Sambu, Yankuba Mane, Musa Kamara and Mamadou Bojang completes the 11 for the Coastal Boys of Tujereng. Whilst Lamin is having Karun Kasuso in goal. Lali Kande is an attack on the far side. Fantastic clearance from Lamin, but still picks possession for Tujereng. Mohamed Jata once again. Marauding right back, played Nawetan for Young Boy Stars in this year's Brikama Summer Nawetan, and had a fantastic season, and currently playing for Tujereng in the West Coast Zonal competition, and now in the final. Corner to the boys in white and blue around the Democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Massive turnout and massive support base behind Lamin and Tujereng. Who is winning it remains to be seen. Corner, crowded penalty area. Tujereng, can they punish Lamin from this instance, remains their biggest ambition. It's a set piece. It's a set piece. It's a set piece, or corner rather. And Tujereng floats that. An opportunity, ball being headed out. Musa Bojang, the team captain. Getting it down to the... And Mohamed Jata has a lot of pace. Mohamed Jata back to the goalkeeper, Sarani Jame. Jata Mohamed once again. Tujereng enjoying possession in their own half. Jata Mohamed going long. Lali Kande getting it down. Not a decent one for Sons of Head as the center forward, keeping possession for Tujereng. Gets the ball forward, Musa Kamara, and caught out by the defenders of Lamin. Lively and entertaining with a lot of possessive display here. Tujereng on the attack once again. Gets that ball forward. On Lamin will now surge forward. Boubacar number 10, Yankuba Mane. Yankuba Rasold, and of course rewarded. And the number 10 for Lamin, Babukar Sar, sorry. Babukar Sar is the player Rasold, and rewarded by the central referee at a great position. And the referee is Jibu Sar. Bekai Buja. Jaraya Silla is of course one of the assistants. Hassan Jaju, the fourth assistant referee. Yusufa Jata, the referee assessor. Lamin will now have a set piece at a great position. Babukar Sar is currently behind the ball. Sar Boubacar number 10. Lamin dressed in white and red, whilst Tujereng in white and blue. And of course the tournament proudly and officially bankrolled by Brikama Area Council. And of course the winner will be going home with a giant trophy, gold medals, and of course a whooping $100,000 cash prize. Whilst there is going to be a trophy for the best fan club and also a trophy for the most disciplined zone. It's a set piece Lamin. Currently Bubakar Sar is behind the ball and already 3-man wall assembled by Tujereng. And Tujereng will use the opportunity to either protect this. Bubakar Sar. Sarani Jame has already walked on his line. And Sar Bubakar point away by the custodian. A decent delivery from Sar. But of course the goalkeeper equal to that. And the custodian Sarani Jame was just there in time to pump that ball desperately. And of course, Sesirat Kujabi, that was the beauty of a set piece. But the goalkeeper equal to that task.
Indeed, it was a very well taken set piece coming from Bubasar. But then equally, it was met with a great ball. Goalkeeping coming from Sarani, Jame, who have been a very amazing goalkeeper in this competition, keeping it clean for Tujereng in the course of the competition. To me, he has been one of the outstanding performers for this Tujereng team. Remember, he have kept it clean in the group stages. Being the standout hero at the post-match penalty shootout against Kombosilla at the quarterfinal, and then against Gunjur in the rematch. He has been very amazing for this Tujereng side. It's not a wonder to see him, deliver yet again an amazing save on that occasion, Pa.
Thank you very much, Seshidat Kujabi. And approaching the 40th minute from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, the score is still unchanged. 0-0 from the Box Bar, live on LSTV1. There is a player for Lamin currently down, and already we have seen 2 players warming up for Lamin. Is that going to be an early substitution? We just have to wait and see. The score is still 0-0. Tujereng 0, Lamin 0 is the current score. What a way to start the year of 2026. And it is the 1st of January 2026 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1. The 2025-26 West Coast Zonal Championship. And the West Coast Zonal Championship at its apex. The player still down for Lamin. Lamin still having 2 players warming up. And it is already 40 minutes on the clock. And the score is still unchanged. Lamin 0, Tujereng 0. The player is still down, receiving attention, currently back on his video. Will he be able to continue? That's our belief. But anyway, any moment from now, Central Referee Jibusar will surely give us the green light for the restart. And Jibu is ably and reliably assisted by Bakari Bekai Bojang and Hassan Jajo, serving as the 4th assistant referee. Haruna Jata is the referee assessor. We have under 5 minutes of normal time, and what is expected to be added on. If there is no goal, both sides will be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline came on.
Yes, very well, I believe both sides and also every other player that is taking part in this particular game is well aware of the timing now, and then they know that they must score in this minutes here, or they will head into the 0-0 scoreline, and then if that had to be the case, then the halftime talks between the 2 sides here will perhaps do a positive for them in coming into the second half, and then trying to make sure that they improve on their shortfalls that they recorded rather in the first half. But let's first see what this first half will give us here. Any of the sides here can have one very good chance here in the dead end of the game, and then of the first half rather, and then slotted it home to give its side the lead here. And then if I believe it is going to be a very tightly contested affair when coming into this particular game, and then the entire minutes that we have played in this first half, we have really, shown us that yes, this has been a very tightly contested affair. And then the perhaps game will also be decided from at a very decided of margins here in trying to making sure that one of the sides here go home with the trophy. So let's see what happens here, whether these particular teams will be going home with the trophy, or are we going to see them sign the sports here. So if that had to be the case, perhaps they will be heading to the post-match shootout, or the game will be replayed here. Let's see whether the regulation time will finally decide the game for us, or if it fails, it either have to be rescheduled, or the post-match shootout will take place here. But it is currently a very tough test between the two sides here. Both of the sides here are more than the world willing to actually go home with this particular trophy and then celebrate at home with their supporters, and in fact those that were left home that could not travel to Brikama here to witness this particular showdown. But it is a highly contested affair between the two sides.
Thank you very much, Seshida Kujat on Kemo Kanyi. And that's a reckless tackle. Card. Yellow card. Dash out to Lamin. Currently, Marina is down. That seems to be a reckless tackle on Musa Marina. Enough in the 1-0 victory over Kombosila in the quarter-final at the C4 football field, and in the semi-final against Gunjur, it ended 1-1 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Gunjur took the lead before Tujereng got an own goal late in the game to push the game to a replay. And of course, in the replay, it was Gunjur 0 and Tujereng 2. Musa Kam before Lamin Bojang sealing the 2-0 victory at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Any moment from now, the fourth assistant referee will put up the additional minute. How many minutes of additional time will be added on remains to be seen. Musa Marina is still down. Back on his feet. Surely he will be able to continue. That was, of course, a scare from the technicians and some of the players of Tujereng. But fortunately, Marina Musa is currently back on his feet. 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes added on, and 2 minutes for Tujereng and Lamin to score, or else they will be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline. Buba Nketure, you've almost watched the first 45 minutes of this contest between Lamin and Tujereng, and of course 45 minutes of fantastic football, but unfortunately no goal so far.
Difficult game for both teams, especially for Lamin. For me, Tujereng at the better side. Beautiful cross was scored and flag was up for an offside. And right now, Tujereng are the better team for me. If there will be a goal, possibility to be a Tujereng, but I believe both coaches will have the opportunity now to revisit their tactics and come with a different formula in the second half. Already we have seen. I think the best chance for Tujereng was that goal, that was been flagged for an offside, and for Lamin, their number 10 is another good player. When he shot the ball, the goal for us and Lamin, that is the number 10, and Tujereng, the player to watch, is the number 10. And 14 is going to fit a lot of, for me, credit to the Gaffers, it's definitely work. The force are possibility to
Thank you very much, Buba Nketure. Earlier on, Sesidat Kujabi, Kemo Kanyi. It is aging and aging closer. The score is still unchanged. 0-0, Lamin 0, Tujereng 0. And we have under a minute of additional time before the central referee will end the proceedings. Musa Bujang trying to maneuver his way. Rasul, and the central referee has already pointed for a goal kick instead of awarding, of course, an opportunity to Lamin. And of course, you could hear the boos from the faithfuls of Lamin fantastic support base behind Lamin and Tujereng. And very close to our commentary cabin is the support base behind Tujereng. Of course, the coastal boys of Tujereng, who are in the competition for the very first time playing in the final against the Lamin side that played in all the competitions of the West Coast Zonal, but playing in the final for the very first time. Goal kick Sarani Jame. Doubles as the team captain for Tujereng. And the final whistle of the first half says that there will be fantastic first half between Tujereng and Lamin. Of course, we have seen beautiful football, but the only missing thing, of course, is the goal or goals coming from either side. Already, it is halftime. They have to get back to the dressing room, work on some other things before coming back for the continuation of the second period.
Indeed, what a first half we have witnessed. Both Gavas did need very great technical and also tactical